Hey guys, happy Thursday. So yesterday, Miss Sanchez reviewed expanded form and expanded notation using whole numbers. Today, I'm going to review using expanded form and expanded notation using decimals. So, the top of my anchor chart is expanded form and the bottom is expanded notation. Okay, now I know you're thinking I want to copy, I want to make notes. I am actually going to upload this so that you can copy the notes first before you watch, or you can copy them after. So, I put verses. So, I'm going to do expanded form versus expanded notation. So, let's start with expanded form. The first thing that I've told my students year after year is always label your place value first. So that way you have an idea of how many place values you're going to need, okay? So label your place value first. So the first thing I'm going to do is, before I even look at this, I'm going to label my place value. So expanded form, okay? So we're doing expanded form. So decimal. Remember, the decimal always stands for and. So the 1 is in the hundredths place. Hundredths. Say it with me. Hundredths. The 6 is in the tenths. Tenths with the TH. The 8 is in the ones. The 3 is in the tens. And the 2 is in the hundredths. Okay? So your decimal is right here. So everything on this side of the decimal ends in TH. Everything on this side are your whole numbers. Okay? So then when you want to write it out, you always start with a larger number. Now remember, the 2 is larger than this side because this side are parts of a whole number. Okay? So I have 6/10 of a whole. I have 1/10 of 100. So 200 plus, and what's the, so before I even get into this, look up here. Shows the value of each place. So each shows the value of each place. So the 2 we know is in the hundred. So that's why I'm going to write it as 200. I have 200ths of something. Plus, this is in the tens place, so that's why I wrote 30. This equals its place value. 8, I have 8 ones. That equals its place value. Okay? So 200 plus 30 plus 8. Now, do you need to put the decimal and then the plus sign? No. Put your plus sign. Now, you see that decimal, so you know that these are going to have to be written with decimals. So this is in your tens place. So you put a 0 for your whole number, decimal, and the 6 is in the tens place. And remember, this is the tens place. Plus 0 for your whole number, plus you have a 0 in the tens, plus 1, that's in the hundreds place. Okay? So let me give you an example. So I'm going to put pause real quick to grab it. Okay, for this example, guys, your place value, you have hundreds, tens, ones, your decimal, tenths, and hundredths. Okay? So that's how your place value is written. Now remember, you can keep going on, but for today's lesson, I'm only going to stop at hundreds with an S. Okay, so this is how your place value would look. That is how I knew how to label it. Okay? So, expanded form is just with the plus signs, and it's taking the value of each place. Now, expanded notation shows each digit multiplied by the value of its place. This is your key word. Multiplied by the value of its place. So, once again, you're going to label your place value. Hundredths, tenths, ones, tens, hundreds. And then this is when it gets tricky. You're multiplying it by the value of its place. So, 2 times 100, because this is in the hundreds place value, that's its value. Plus 3 times 10, because that's its value. Plus 8 times, and the 1, because the 8 is in the ones place value. Plus 6 times 1/10, because this is in the tenths place. Plus 1 times 100th, because it's in the hundredths place value. Okay? So this is just showing the value of each place. So this is showing you what it's worth. So this is worth 238, 6/10, 100. This is showing its digit multiplied by its value. So I'm taking this and I'm timesing it by its value. Okay, so that is the difference between expanded form and expanded notation. Okay, so I'm going to pause and we're going to try one together. Okay guys, so now let's try it together. So if we have the number 482 and 93 hundredths, and I wanted to write this in expanded form. So expanded form, I'm just showing the value of each place value. Would I start writing my answer or would I label the values? You're right, let's label our place values. The 3 is in the hundredths, the 9 is in the tenths, we have our decimal, the 2 is in the ones, the 8 is in the tens, and the 4 is in the hundredths. So you always want to label your place value first. Now let's write our expanded form. 400, because that's its value, okay, plus 80 plus 2 plus 9/10 plus 3 hundredths. That's its value. So the value of the 4 is 400. The value of the 8 is 80. The value of the 2 is 2 because it's in the ones. The value of the 9 is in the tenths. And the value of the 3 is in the hundredths. So this is expanded form. Now let's try expanded notation. Okay, let me pause real quick so you can take a look at your notes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's continue. So now let's do expanded notation using the same number. So we're going to start with the hundredths place value, and the digit in the hundredths is 4. So you would write it as 4 times 100 plus, next digit is the 8 in the tens, 8 times 10 plus, the digit 2 is in the ones, 2 times 1 plus, the 9 is in the tenths, so it would be 9 times 1/10 plus the 3 in the hundredths, which is 3 times 100. So that's the difference between expanded form and expanded notation. Okay guys, I'm going to include the anchor and I'm going to give you a quick check. Thank you guys. Happy Thursday.